Hello YouTubers and welcome to Chris and Tim's Simple How To videos. I am Tim.
And I am Chris.
And alright, today we're going to do kind of a Q&A, question and answer. Our friends have been buying different monitors and stuff like that, and everybody's wanting to do comparison checks and stuff like that. So today I'm going to compare a couple of the monitors that a couple of our guys have. So down here, third one down, is the Asus, which this is pretty much top of the line. I'm sure they get a lot more expensive, but this monitor here in particular seems to be the best of the best. It's got all the bells and whistles. Does the 3D. Also is available for the G-Sync, which from one of our friends, I've only heard from one person so far, but he said it's changed his gameplay completely. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
And this is the Asus 144 hertz. Now keep in mind you have to hook this up through the DVI in order to get the 144 megahertz. All right.
Now, what if you don't have a D? I mean, most of them do, but just say you don't. Let's say you just have the HDMI.
Well, you can hook it up HDMI. It probably won't work as good. It'll probably default to 60 hertz. Would probably be the default, and you would probably still get a very clean picture and a decent gaming background, but you wouldn't be able to get the full potential of the monitor.
So you're saying DVI is the best?
No, I'm not saying
Just
DVI is the best. I'm saying DVI is the way to get the 144 hertz out of this particular monitor. Alright, we'll go down to the specifications. Now, when you're buying a monitor, an important thing to do is read the reviews. Usually I start with the worst, and I run through, and you want to kind of figure out which person is kind of just disgruntled, maybe had a bad experience and it's not necessarily the product, and it didn't hook up right. So you want to keep that in mind when you're reading these reviews and if they had problems and
yeah.
stuff like that. Most companies
Yeah, I don't
are,
actually just go by the number. Like so many dislikes or whatever, or so many bad reviews. Some of the reviews are, I don't like the color. That doesn't really have anything to do with its operation. Or maybe there's a ding or a scratch, on the side or something. So you kind of got to really dig through reviews to find out if it's actually a good product or not, as far as its workability.
absolutely. Then the other thing you want to keep in mind, you definitely want to, any of these new monitors, they all have their different settings and places where they work good. So you want to kind of read the reviews, good and bad. So you want to step up, start from the bottom, and read your way through. Now, when you're doing it, like you see here, this one has so many reviews, 638. You don't necessarily have to read all of them, but when you breeze through them, you'll pick up on something that you'll see that'll help you make the best choice. Specifications is important if you're a gamer like we are. We're into pretty much all in any game that's out there. First-person shooters, what we lean towards a little bit more. We have played
Yep.
role-playing games as well, though. And when you're gaming, you want a monitor that has a really good response time. And in this case, this one has a 1 megasecond response time.
That is excellent.
Yeah. Personally, I have a monitor that's actually as a TV, and it's a 5 megasecond response time, and it works good, but it could be a lot better. With the 1 megasecond response time, everything you do on your screen will be almost instantaneous.
And I almost would be willing to say that if you're going to buy a monitor, excuse me, I would say 2 milliseconds would probably be the highest you should go. What says you?
Well, I would say you want to, if you're in a budget, I say the bare minimum would be 5. Anything 5 and less is probably going to be good for most any game. But as games progress and things get a little bit more technical, you want to definitely try to stay as low as possible. But I would definitely not go lower than 5. All right, and so you definitely want to keep specifications in mind. Contrast ratio is pretty important. It's kind of has to do with like the lighting in the background and how vivid things look. Display colors as well. Your viewing angles. You keep all these things in mind, and LED seems to be one of the best out there right now as far as the energy. They're very, very low. Typical, 45 watts. I have one right here that it runs maybe 37 watts with the LED. Very, very, the lower power, the more you have taken away from the power in the house, the more you have a cleaner, smoother running system.
We have a comparison on the other side, right?
Yeah, we do. One of our clan members is using this monitor, which he also swears by. He's got very good picture. Of course, it's $100 less with a 2 megasecond response time. His picture is, I think it goes to 75 hertz, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find it in here. Here we go. Vertical refresh rate 50 to 76 hertz. Alright, you won't get the 144, but you can get this with the HDMI, as well as DVI. This one's using
Let's put
only...
the specs side by side together so we
Right.
can see the comparison.
There we go. Now, when you're looking at the TVs or the monitors for your computer, they're not always going to be in the same spot. They'll start off pretty much the same, but not all of the things will be right next to each other, because they either have more features. So when you're scrolling through, you're just going to have to do the comparison to understand it
So
won't
which
be
of the
always
two
in the
would you
same spot.
say?
Well, I'd
Which of the
say,
two
Chris, if you
would
got
you
the
say
money
if?
and you're an avid gamer and you want to have a monitor for a long time, which upgrades to the G-Sync, then I would definitely go with this one right here. Let's see
So
if we can
for
scroll
all
out to
the
the price on this one. 269
okay.
bucks. And then the one on this side, I
Yeah,
believe,
much
is
more budget friendly.
169, a little bit more budget friendly, 179 bucks, but also a very good monitor. Now, like I said, we have 3 guys that have this monitor on the left here, and 1 guy that bought this monitor, and they're very happy with it. So, at the end of the day, it's kind of if you can afford it, and to stay with the technology, I would definitely recommend the one on the left. If you want a
Yeah,
good, great gaming monitor that's going to work and last a long time, doesn't have as many upgrades, or
a little more budget friendly.
a little more budget friendly, I would go with the one on the right hand side. Now, keep in mind we just used Asus as a starting point. We're definitely gonna, if you guys got question about monitors, PC upgrades, and things of this nature, feel free to leave a comment below, and we'll do a comparison check for you to find out what will fit your budget, what you need for what you're doing, and an upgrade that'll last you a long time. And
Yep,
we'll give you the best answer we possibly can.
absolutely. And if you got any questions, what's the best case for me? What's the best memory? Shoot us an email or get a hold of us, and we'll be happy to do a video for you, a comparison and what our opinion is on that.
All right, YouTubers. Well, I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, always leave a comment. Definitely, if you guys got a question, leave it below. We'll get right on coming up with the answer, do the research for you, and try to give you a good comparison. Hope this video has been helpful for
Absolutely.
you. I'm Tim,
And I'm Chris.
and thank you, and have a great day.
Better tomorrow.